Hey guys, welcome to this upload for you guys here at Wrestling Fan Open My Night here exclusively on YouTube.com. So if you're new around here, guys, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon so you'll be in and updated right here on this very channel. And 91 of you guys have done that, so obviously you know what to do. Join like everyone else has. And I can't thank you enough for making my videos wherever you are in the world that may be a part of your day. Now, I just want to say to one of you guys is that I'm finding this very interesting to talk about because I completely forgot to talk about it last night when I was talking about pretty much Dynamite with Mercedes Moné coming back to AEW after her hiatus, we might want to say. And I want to say this that when I look at the bigger picture of this, that when I'm going to be talking about Mick Foley, yes, I've already done a video dedicated and saying what we could actually see from Mick Foley going forward in 2026. Now he's in the company. Now, I want to say to everyone that is actually watching this very video, right? I find this very interesting because apparently rumours and speculations that Mick Foley may be possibly coming out of retirement for one more match. Now, will this be at Wembley Stadium for All In? I find this very interesting and hard done by because I've always led to believe that I don't know if this is the Mandela effect because I feel like where Mick Foley is concerned, at the age that he's actually at, I don't blame him doing another match, but apparently what I was hearing for many, many years that if Mick Foley wrestled one more match, it could unalive him, no longer be with us. I'm led to believe that because that's what I heard many years ago when he left TNA, when he had a little run in TNA after his run in WWE. Then obviously he went back to WWE for a bit. I don't know if he had any matches when he went back, but then obviously he suddenly retired, went to WWE Hall of Fame, and so on. Then I look at the bigger picture of this with Mick Foley having one match. I wouldn't mind that versus him and John Moxley if you're gonna do a hardcore match. The reason why I'm saying this because obviously John Moxley's track record, what he loves to do, and so on. I feel like I don't want to see him in a tag match because I feel like that'd be just pointless and so on. And I don't want him to team up with Darby Allin because Sting's already put him over to the moon. Quite honestly, building him up left, right, and centre. So I don't feel like that should happen. I just feel like he should have one hardcore match, be all and end all, for a AEW Hardcore Championship. Now, hear me out on this because I feel like when you've got certain wrestlers when they bleed, such as the likes of Mark Briscoe, you got the likes of. I wouldn't mind him being a manager for Mark Briscoe to elevate Mark Briscoe to the next level. Although facing the likes of John Moxley would be a fantastic achievement for John Moxley to actually have and inherit a hardcore championship in the process. And I feel like they should technically do a hardcore division because, like I've said in previous videos, the way we've actually had the likes of different eras of professional wrestling over the years, from the likes of Mid South, ECW, WCW, even TNA, inspired by WWF back in the Attitude Era. Mick Foley reminds me of him in the Attitude Era. So there's an inkling in itself because Mick Foley was one of the pioneers of the hardcore championship that WWF had. I'm not saying WWE because at the end of the day I'm old school. And I look at the bigger picture of this and I feel like, yeah, this could do well because you've had the likes of Stadium Stampede, but imagine that being the hardcore championship for a singles wrestler instead of just having groups doing Canadians. Sorry, I'm saying Canadian every time when I talk about Stampede because obviously we've had one recently with Stadium Stampede. We've actually had one recently at Double or Nothing, and I feel like we could actually do have that sort of inkling because every time when we see those matches, it's always inventive and creative, and they get their juices flowing. To say there was no bloodshed whatsoever, because obviously with the commissioner department that there was no blood, but it still turned out to be a fantastic match. Now, the stuff what John Moxley's been doing, I feel like you could easily make the hardcore division. You even Pac could be involved with it. You could literally so much stuff that has been going off. Even with the women, you could even have mixed gender matches. Have something entity towards that because we've literally had light tubes in the past. We've actually had table matches. We've had tables on fire. Obviously, like we've even get the likes of Cope involved because to elevate his character towards that even more. Even though he's part of the AEW tag team division, I feel like you could elevate him to the next level to increase his character. Because the rated R Cope or Cope, whatever is going under, formerly known as Edge, Adam Copeland, have him a part of it because end of the day he's got that streak in him. We've actually seen that because obviously he faced Mick Foley at WrestleMania 22 in a hardcore match. So I feel like with Cope, he's always been a fantastic wrestler when there's been a stipulation involved more than a singles wrestler. Although he's actually been shown some good matches when he's actually had singles matches, even though he's actually been tag team with Christian. I feel like this could bring him to the next level, and that's just me being honest. But there's so much you could actually do and so much depth if you did have a whole good division. Before you can play one more title, oh my god, how am I thinking of this? And I'm thinking, okay, I literally find it interesting. I really do at the moment. I wanted to talk about this on the video I did last night, so I do apologise. Hope you can understand that. But I feel like it deserved its own video, but I got really shattered. It got really late night. I didn't sleep till 6 this morning, and obviously had work tonight. And I've got back from work, and I thought, you know what, I'll talk about it. And tell me your thoughts down below, please do, because it's an interesting time to be an AEW fan, and I feel like that's what I feel like AEW is sort of missing at the moment, a hardcore championship. Because we've had so many different stipulations. Even Blood and Guts. We've had different stipulations. Yeah, fair enough, that's a group thing. That's completely different. But what's to say you literally have like something like a Full Metal Mayhem or I Quit match or something like that because you've been teasing towards it for a while now, and I feel like Mick Foley would be the ideal candidate to bring it into the company because he's known as a hardcore legend, and that's me being honest. But tell me your thoughts, please do. And I'll catch you guys in another video here on Wrestling Fan Open Mic Night. And obviously keep hitting that subscribe button, hitting that bell icon. Until next time, catch you guys later.